Hey YouTube, it is your girl Lynn Ashanta, and I'm back with another video. In today's video, I am going to be talking about time management. Before we get into the video, I want to take a quick moment to shout out Arm Candy Express for this lovely arm candy that I purchased from them. And if you want to get your own personalized arm candy, go over to Arm Candy Express on Instagram and put your order in. So time management is very important to me because it always seems like I'm forever juggling 10,000 things, and in the beginning it can be overwhelming, but I'm just going to share with you guys a couple of tips that I've learned over the years on how to manage all of my tasks and not be burnt out. So let's go. So the number one thing to think about when you are trying to manage your time is you have to prioritize. And I know that's hard to say because we like to think that everything in our life is important. But let's just be honest, some things in our life take priority over other things. And it could be hard when you're juggling a lot of tasks for a lot of different people, and you don't want people to feel like you value someone else's work over theirs, but it is something that you have to do. So I think if you are getting paid for something, you should not think about money, but you should think about what project did you commit to first. So like if I have a project that I committed to that is going to bring me in about $50, and I have a new project that's probably going to bring me in $100 or $150, I can't prioritize that $150 over the $50 project because I committed to the $50 project first. And I think that is important to prioritize off of time, off of time commitment, and not off of monetary gain. The second thing when thinking about time management, you have to factor in time for yourself. So it's really easy for us to try to plan and say that we're going to just do all of our business work first, and then we're going to come to us later. It's not going to work that way, because if you're doing business work and you get bored, you're going to want to jump to personal work, because personal work brings you some type of joy because you're doing it for your own personal gain, right? So I feel like it is important to make a list and put like business work that like have time commitments, and business work that has time commitments that can be done kind of later at the end, and just factor in personal time, like, oh, I want to create a YouTube video today, or I want to do my podcast today, or I just want to post on Instagram. Like, you have to factor that in. Last week I just did a social media campaign, and it took up so much of my time, but I also had other stuff that I had to do as well. So I started out strong in the beginning, and maybe like towards the end of the week where my campaign had already gained enough attention that I could like miss a day or two to get other work done, I did that. So like, don't feel like you have to, when you start something, you have to just finish right then, because I originally set for my campaign to end on July 4th, but for personal reasons, I didn't want to do anything on July 4th. So I waited until the following day to finish out my campaign. That's a luxury that some people can't afford, because some people like are so anal about time spans and stuff. Like, I said it had to be done then, so it had to be done. That's not me. But if you're that type of person, it's okay, not judging. But if you are a more flexible person like me, you can kind of move around tasks and still feel accomplished at the end of the day, even if you miss the deadline. So with time management, you just gotta figure out what type of person are you. You're a type A or you're type B. Also, if you have a job, time management might be a little bit harder because the typical work day is 8 hours. So you have to factor in the time that you're going to be at work, and you're going to have to sacrifice some stuff. You might have to sacrifice going out with friends. You might have to sacrifice downtime, like just leisure time, or you might have to sacrifice some sleep, because it is some nights when I was working that I got off of work and I had to do YouTube videos, and I was tired, yes, but I was like, well, the videos aren't going to get done, because if I say, oh, I'll do it tomorrow, you know what, I have to get up and go to work tomorrow, and I'm gonna get off work and I'm still be tired. So nothing changed from day to day that you can like push it off and think, well, I'll just do it tomorrow, because tomorrow you're still gonna have to go to work, you're gonna get off work, you're gonna be tired, and you're gonna just push it to another day. So you have to like force yourself to do the task that you set out to do. That's another thing about time management. Like, you have to make sacrifices, but we all only have 24 hours in a day, so what you do with your 24 hours is your business. The last thing that I can say about time management is make realistic lists or tasks or goals, because I remember when I started my podcast, I was like, I'm going to record 2 months worth of podcasts in advance, not thinking that I also had to get guest speakers to record with me. I had to reach out to people. I had to make transcripts, and I had to like just think about the ideas and the topics and all that I had wanted to do on the podcast. And I thought that I was going to be able to do that in a matter of weeks. I thought I was going to be able to record 2 months worth of podcasts in a week. Yeah, that was not realistic at all. So make sure when you are making these goals and you are making these lists and you're trying to check them off, make sure they're realistic, because if they're not realistic, when midway through, you're going to start to realize that you're not even midway through the list, and you're going to become discouraged, and it is very easy for doubt and stuff to shift our attention to other things, or we might just completely give up on it altogether. So make sure that your lists are realistic, because if your lists are not realistic, you're not going to accomplish it. That is all I can say about time management, because like me, I still haven't put out episode 3 of my podcast yet. So so I'm still learning as I go. I'm also learning not to put so many tasks on myself. Like last night I was thinking, oh, I want to start a design business, and then I was finna to like get everything typed up, start like all the paperwork, behind the scenes stuff, and then I thought about it. I'm like, Lynn, you still have not put out a new podcast yet. You have yet to put out a new YouTube video. Like, I have so many YouTube videos, but I haven't even edited them yet, and I haven't even uploaded them yet. So you have to think, like, when you get these brilliant ideas in your mind, you have to tell yourself, you have to be realistic. Like, is this something I want to do, or is this just something that excites me at this moment? So yeah, think about that. But I hope this video helps you to manage your time and reach your goals and do everything you set your mind out to do. But just be realistic. As always, like, share, subscribe, comment. Have a blessed day, and remember to spread positivity. Bye.